Okay, enough of that. That song's like 10 minutes long, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Hi everyone. It's time to be perfect, ladies, gentlemen, and other such titles, whether gendered or not. Gentle people, because it is time to Hildibrand. That is absolutely a verb. Let me switch over. Now you can hear me. There we go. Okay, I need to lower that slightly. Alright, now you should be able to hear me without the mic peaking. Hildibrand's gender is Hildibrand. I think that is correct, yes. As you can see, I am prepared for the occasion. If you check out my dapper gear. I've even got a top hat with a monocle. Hildibrand's pronouns are Hildibrand and Hildibrand. Aw, thank you, Andy, and hi. Hello to everyone. I have spotted my daddy, I have spotted Lisa, I have spotted Christy, and I have spotted Andy. So hello to all of you. I have also glamoured, I don't know if I'd done this already last time, but I have glamoured my summons to be adorable. Outfit is very on fire. Let's see. Here we are here, so let's bring out our Ruby Carbuncle. Because Ruby Carbuncle is adorable. And I guess we gotta go to Horizon to continue the quest. Yes, now they're double adorable. It's a shiny Pokemon. I'm trying to think when Carbuncle first started looking cute in Final Fantasy. I think that was Final Fantasy VII. So I guess that was around the same time as Pokemon. So I guess either way works. So let's get ourselves over to Horizon. Yeah, Carbuncle was adorable in Final Fantasy VIII for sure. I'm pretty sure 7 as well, while in 6 it looked like a wrinkly fetus. Let me see. Gridania, Western Thanalan, Horizon. Here we come. I've also got Midgard Stormer with me, but I think we're gonna switch that out because he's kind of a dick. Still gestating, exactly. And I think 7 was the first one where it looked like this. Do I have the minion guide? Yes, I do. No, I don't want to open the lodestone. So what should we do? We have the Wayward Hatchling, the Princely Hatchling, we got a bomb, a deer, a kitten, a buffalo, a wolf, a mandragora, a dodo. I got a coblin, who is basically a rock that is also a snail. Goobboo. Slime Puddle's probably my personal favorite. How about we bring out the Onion Knight, though? He is the main character from Final Fantasy III. So, I currently have... Yes, that's awesome. I currently have the Onion Knight, and I have like half of the characters from Final Fantasy I. But I don't have a wind-up for Ryan from Final Fantasy II. So that's what I want to get next. You may have a Mind Flare. Ooh, that would be awesome. Alright, oh, it's not actually in Horizon, right. It's over, near the Waking Sands. Alright, let's get on our Chocobo, who is perfectly blue. Can you please stop chewing on that? Preston. Yes, they are all super precious. I've got a ton of mounts too, but it just happened to roll my Chocobo. You'll probably see more as the evening goes on. I don't want to jinx it, but the lines have been really good the past couple days. We actually didn't lose a single frame last night, and that hasn't happened in literally months. Now, if only it had been on a game where you could tell. Yes, she is super blue. Alright, here's Ellie, so now the story can continue. Ellie has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Guguramu, a prominent member of East Aldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. Lapis is your favorite Steven Universe character? She's pretty great. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Bruguiere Consortium. The formal announcement is said to be made at a commemorative feast to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? I mean, I didn't really react. I guess you can't see my face very well. Maybe my nose twitched. My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. Monocle must have glimmered with interest. You're probably right. Oh, watch this. If I type /visor... Oh, it doesn't work on this one. Oh, that's so disappointing. Okay, so I have another outfit where if you type /visor, the monocle just moves to the side. I don't think I have that costume set up right now, though. Alright, now we've got to go over to Costa del Sol. So how are you all doing tonight? All being perfect, gentle persons, I assume? Good and full. Me too. Thank you for getting dinner. Costa del Sol was my favorite late 90s video store. Oh god, it does sound like that. Final Fantasy VII was also, I believe, the first Final Fantasy game with Costa del Sol, interestingly. Also good and full, recovering from 2 days of Concrud, but now there is a cat purring next to me, so all is well. Yeah, they had the wrestling right next to the porn. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you've no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have a moment of... That was a good interruption. I like the pause there. Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you've come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I've spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Oh man, look how cool these guys are. Isn't that the Nazi guy? He's just an extra. It's okay. He can play multiple roles. Oh, never mind. Brass Blades of Gerbera, so it actually is him. Fortunately, or unfortunately for them, he's incompetent. The Brass Blades of Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. I mean, I literally kicked all three of these guys' asses in the main storyline. To the tune of comedy combat music. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. Rogue had at least 70 arms. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen... Or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look... Wait. This isn't the same person. Other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous. Right. I don't remember what voice I had for him. Consulting Inspector Brereton, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. I'm more concerned with his mustache, honestly. That shit's crazy. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. Some real Perot-ass facial hair. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless, he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vans, would be an obvious target for the thief. So too would his father, Morgan. Yaltanulto and his wife Sainana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguramu himself. Finally, we have Luinar, a steward of Guguramu's estate, and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless, the Phantom Thief lurks amongst them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrand Manderville, I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a malm away. The pleasure is mine, contriving Inspector Brereton. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work, he says, still on his face with his ass in the air. Also with a grilled fish on the back of his head. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease, yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even mine own. Fear not, friends, I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Pretty much all of them, Andy. Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? Oh, hi, Al. I didn't see you there. Oh, hi. I didn't see you come in. I didn't realize that was you because you had the same name color as Lisa. It would speak with you, or I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Alright, now we gotta go see Brereton. It is not by fate's whimsy that we've been reunited here today, friend. You were destined to be by my side as I apprehend the fiend and defend the fair maiden's virtue. Wow, she doesn't even have a name today. Inspector Brereton seems to have taken a liking to you. You should be proud. As you can see by his treatment of someone we know, the man doesn't suffer fools lightly. And now over to Brereton. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name. Oh, I guess I said Serena. An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Serena. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The identical appearance, the perfect mannerisms, or that is for me to know? Yes, Brereton is definitely very Miles Edgeworth. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will, and yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. Of course, we all use glamour prisms. From movements to mannerisms, to the utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We're dealing with a clever and thorough criminal, not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise. He studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our Phantom, Serena. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass blade, one of the guests, or I will not say. I would say a brass blade would be the most likely to go unnoticed. Precisely. Clearly, you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for the 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, the brass blades have been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright. And fortunately, the map points me to exactly where to go, because I'm goddamn magical. And here's Midgard's armor as a mount. He is a bit larger. When you fight him, though, he's bigger than a house. So, you know. He's a size queen. That's what that means, right? I've just had a bunch of chicken tendies, but that still makes me real hungry. Tired wonton murder, wired wonton murder. Excellent! You're one of the less incompetent assistants I've worked with. Thank the gods! Please, free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive! There, now tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugaremu gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get me bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of me head. When I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. Oh, mean. You say you received orders from Master Gugaremu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but, one was Morgan, father of the groom. The other was a Lola Felon gent from Limsa. Yalto Nolto. Now, try your best to remember, were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yeah. There was also the steward, Lewinart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Yalta Nolto, and Luinar. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Well, so far so good. Of course, now it's... let's just pop over quickly. No, let's ride, just so you can see more mounts. Here's my behemoth. He got his portrait painted on Wednesday. Or Monday. One of those days. We hear that? That means it's a fate that you're supposed to take a party to. You gotta beat up this giant enemy crab. Kinda tempted to solo it. You know what? Let's do it. Alright. Pull out the Topaz Carbuncle. And... now we hit Sick. Sick 'em. Ah, crap. Another one came up behind me. Another smaller crab. I am not doing well here. Alright, we just gotta keep healing our carbuncle. Well, I'm just gonna have to resummon him. That's fine. Instant cast. Kill my enmity, so we'll start attacking the carbuncle. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not doing enough damage to fight this. It's weird, because I've beaten him before pretty easily. I don't recall him having so much HP. Maybe they buffed him in a patch recently, I don't know. So that it would be harder to solo group bosses. Makes some level of sense. Oh well, here we are.
Ah, there you are, friend, and not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence mine investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Breredan's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgant, Yalta Nalto, and the steward Luinar, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the Inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there is one of the suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend, I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are.
Oh no. This is going to go very poorly. I just realized I don't have my mute key set up on here, so you've heard me snorting. I'm so sorry. Let me set that up real quick. No, it is set up. It's just not set up correctly. Well, that's fun. Okay, now it's working. I'm sorry, everyone. I have a bit of a cold. As it happens, I have also been snorting because of being sick.
Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record mine attempt for every
Oh my god. I'm a little dizzy today.
That you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from the Manderville men of ages past, to reveal our foe.
I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word.
Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Guguremu. And a fine evening it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards! Guards! Now hold your chocobos, Guguremu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude, eh, Vannas?
The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all.
He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. That's me Vanus, ever calm in the face of danger, truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Bruguiere Consortium. A worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Our family, I should say. Oh-ho! Which reminds me, Master Vanus, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, the little trinket. Wait, Vanus is the kid. Oh, that little trinket, 'twas nothing. Tell your daughter that the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Manderville art of parley. We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgant not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Ha! Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman faces a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my...
I sought to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalta Nolto and Luinar, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend!
Alright, going across to the other end of the pier. Oh, I got a doggo trying to come up on a couch with me. Come on, up here. Now I got my pretend doggo wiggling on the pier here, and my real doggo wiggling on the couch here. I don't see your faces round here. With the East Aldnard Trading Company, are you?
Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldnard Trading Company. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do tell, is Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sanana here is no slouch herself, but, like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where me manners? Yolda Nolto of the Bruguiere Consortium, and this here is my wife, Sinana. I look forward to many profitable deals coming with you and yours in the moons and years to come.
No, I meant real doggo for most of it.
I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happier happening at a better time. What with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares, why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice 'em up myself and make a salad out of... You have heard of the mandragoras, ain't you? But of course! I once spent a year honing body and mind with the Fist of Ra. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra watsits a day.
And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time?
A fearsome lot they are. Rumour has it they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady. I was able to arrange an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sanana. Forgive my wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for a figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads.
I had to kind of change voices in the middle there because I started with the wrong one.
Criminy! None of these were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm.
You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope, he of many faith. Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Bearden will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses.
Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Luinar spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Bearden will be back before long. Come, Nashu. This is no time to delay.
As she just stands there. Alright, let's go see those vegetables. They are not in this direction. Oh, here's my little airboat. It's my airboat water truck. Here we are.
Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Luinar spoke true. Ye gods! Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst the coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we've found our phantom thief after all.
Oh no. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely.
Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation?
Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just... does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either?
Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on making your notes like the astute assistant you are.
Oh, he was disguised as a coconut this whole time, of course. Case closed.
I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Bearden is otherwise occupied at this moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably, explode with rage. Now let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise.
Confounding Inspector Bearden, explode, a fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Bearden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Serena and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of the beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie! Come, Nashu! We shall return for your creations once Inspector Bearden has been led safely away from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry!
Quest complete. Inspector Bearden would share with you his latest findings. So Hildibrand managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Indeed, but enough about Hildibrand. Serena and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and...
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. And yes, that spot just over there by the crates should suffice.
There of all places, but surely we could find somewhere more scenic.
I'm not here on vacation. I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy.
Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hells. Don't worry, Serena. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. So now something ridiculous is gonna happen, right? Probably should have gone around the other way. You know, the short way. Here's my black chocobo. It's got a cool hat. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm. No, black chocobos can naturally fly. Red chocobos can go over hills and mountains.
I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long.
If you insist, Inspector.
Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalta Nolto, and Luinar. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Ahem, are the 2 of you listening?
Of course. We are... Beg pardon, Inspector.
You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there's no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire. Ha-ha! Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Ah, here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just so happen to have a flintstone on my person. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch.
Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Woo! It's flying.
Huh. What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Could this be another challenge from the fiend?
Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman.
Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages.
What are your theories, Christy?
Give up hope, he of many faces will laugh last. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt.
You think Frank is... Who's Frank? The final page.
Confounding Inspector Breardian will meet a fiery demise.
Oh, Ellie. Or do you mean Nashu? Because they both keep fucking up. And there's the series of events. While this is probably the silliest of Final Fantasy, the series has always been pretty silly.
You You saw through the fiend's ruse. But how?
Let's call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt?
A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Hildibrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance, yes! Vigilance is the order of the day! What in the name of God's owl's teeth? Those vegetables cost a fortune! And they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of enquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you've destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail!
Look at this, just the legs in the middle of the jacket torn off. Totally female gaze, typical. Agent of injury is going on your business cards immediately. Alright, let's go replace some vegetables. Oh, and this is Maggie. She's my Magitech armor. She plays the overworld music from Final Fantasy VI when she walks.
That was a terrible explosion coming from the beach. Or what was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremu bids that the damaged ingredients are be replaced with all speed. Good gods! This is no thief, this is a madman! As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that'll prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supplies these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it'd likely take days to arrive. The Mandragora. I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I don't recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Luinar. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I'd advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragora, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of Gabera proved unable to resist them. Aho, a formidable foe indeed! Were only there a brave soul in our midst, with a want for taking on fearsome enemies, with not a shred of concern for her own well-being, nudge nudge, hint hint. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, I, yes, I, shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You're truly a godsend, adventurer. One Sundamal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragora. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it'd be them. Without them ingredients, Master Guguremu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're me only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together.
Alright. Pop over to Limsa Lominsa. The band Deep Purple got into the weed and started eating people. Got it. Yes, that is exactly correct. I mean, that's what I read. Let's see. Here he is, Sundamal.
If you've come for the Mandragora, I fear you're half a bell too late. As were we, blasted all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check the shipment of vegetables, and did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you were mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah, the thrill of the chase is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us swiftly be on our way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take the ferry. And here we are. Ooh, I just noticed that there's a quest here. I'll have to keep that in mind for later. Is that the Sahuagin? Yeah, I never unlocked the Sahuagin Beast Tribe quests. I'll have to do that later. I forgot that was a thing. Eek! Don't sneak up on me like that! I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or summit like that! Think I jest, do ye? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye as it did mine. My eye! By the time I'd regained me wits, they'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined! Ruined! If I never see another bleeding onion till the end of me days, it'll be too soon! The tiny trader would ask you to save the realm from a vegetal scourge. To hear most say it, the Mandragora are a nasty lot. A right pain in the ass to the farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronds from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution! Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes a veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnip rule with an iron fist. Huh? This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression. I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Ah, bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... Aye, could it be?
The adventurer what bested the thief and duelist in single combat. Are you the one who bested the duelist? I mean, more or less. Well, bugger me and call me Inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelist traveled with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? I mean, he used to. But now he's in a world where she doesn't exist, so he just has a chicken. But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip the revolution in the bud. And I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them before the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Alright. Oh right, Fairy Master is down here, right? Maybe? Yeah, there he is. Hi there, Fairy Skipper. Digging the hat. Passage to the Isles of Umbra. We're heading for the Isles of Umbra. You coming along?
Oh no, it's speaking to me in PlayStation. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Oh no. Circle, circle, X square circle. Is that a cheat code? Alright, I should probably... No, I don't need to do that yet, because I'm going to end up in a mission soon, and that'll reset it. Only one way to find out. That's too bad my controller is based on the Xbox setup. X square musical note, 8th note specifically. Hollow circle, I'll call that ring. X square, 8th note, ring, X ring, square, dollar, ring, X triangle, square, ring, ring, ellipsis, 8th note. Dun dun dun. And here we go. And finally, we'll get into, like, an actual fight. If I recall, this one's actually pretty cool. Not sure how low it'll sync my items and how easy or difficult it will be because of it. Oh, here we are. Hi, Hildibrand. That's true, I did get into the fight with the giant crab, who had way more HP than I'm used to him having.
Friends, my pursuit of the Mandragora has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here somewhere.
Level sync. Oh no, they are large. Uh-oh. Gotta get out of the way of all that orange crap, you know? Oh, they're all close together. There we go. Heavy damage. Boom! One down. Onion Kid was one interesting translation of Onion Knight on the fan translations of Final Fantasy III. That's semi-relevant. Huh. Almost there. Is that all of them? Yep.
Impeccably fought, my friend. I only wish I had seen the battle with my own eyes. You may go on ahead to Costa del Sol. I shall be along as soon as I extricate myself.
These are the true Veggie Tales. I had actually, I'm going to be honest, I'd completely forgotten this particular chapter existed. And I thought we were going to be starting on the next one. But this one's cute. I'm enjoying it. The next one involves another interdimensional traveler.
You return. I feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. The stolen foodstuffs. You've saved me eye today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Guguremu is quite particular about his seasonings.
Ooh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before.
That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it is time we return to the case. Now there must be some clue that yet eludes us.
Core, the peppers have changed color.
What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foe. A gentleman must needs investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Luinar described. Perhaps we've recovered the wrong crate.
But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious.
Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue. Bluish purple. Two colors are really quite similar when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. I mean, I'm just gonna say they look purple to me. Again, colorblind. But I'm a little insulted, Burden. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. the red-lensed brass blade goggles. Ha! The charade is up, after the man.
It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proven the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu. The fiend must be brought to justice.
Let's see. Gotta search for Luminar. Fortunately, I don't have to search much because, again, and there is an in-universe reason for it, I can just see where my next target is. Honestly, I thought it was pretty nice of them to actually give a reason as to why you get map markers. You're the one Commander Reiki said to expect, then. I'm Will Falk, a private in the Commander's Foreign Levy. As you can see, there ain't much for me here to coordinate. The fishbacks made a good mess of that ship. Seems barely a handful of the poor buggers were sailing on it and made it ashore alive. Where am I? Where's Robin? Where's my son? Now you just calm yourself down, good wife. We'll have your boy back in your arms afore you can spit up another lungful of seawater. The tide's been merciful to a fortunate few like the good wife here and carried 'em all the way back to the beach. Here, you'll be needing some of me medical supplies for the bleeding and the injured. Take a walk along the coast now and help them as ain't beyond helping. Here's Luminar. But is this the real Luminar? You can run, but you can't... Ha ha ha! If you thought you could outsprint this Manderville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Done in by a snipper, a fitting end for an ignoble thief. See what lies behind the mask. Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I've got to find her at once. Oh, my head.
Huh. It would seem this man wears no mask. This is the true Luinar.
I swear on my life that it's so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, it proved too strong for me.
Now that you mention it, the impostor was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him.
There's still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It's unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Luinar back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety.
Dun dun dun! I found you, my little ones. Let me guess, you seethe with anger at those who took from you what was yours.
Then it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours.
The edgelord tomato is pretty great, yeah. I just like their cool little capes and collars. The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? One sec, gonna get a drink. Yashu is not actually a reporter. She's just writing things down because she wants to impress Hildibrand. Oh right, I was doing this too. Because I'd forgotten to do it earlier. That was part of a different quest. I actually don't know what quest this is for. You put you so, World of Darkness. The Beast that Mourned the Heart. Deeds of Rebellion is what we're on now. Balance unto all. All Rising Stones, Drop Dead, Fishguard, Gilly, Masterclass. Velveteen dress. Judgment bolts and lightning. Very, very frightening me. Easy Pete, I should not have decided to watch this while I worked. It's like listening to true crime podcast while reading Mastodon. Dress to harvest. So long and thanks for all the fish. They came from the deep. Okay, that's they. Okay. Alright, that's for later then. We'll get that done later. You just pop up 15 minutes later and are like, wait, who the heck are these new people and why are the vegetables conscious? It's complicated. Alright, I need to get across to Vineport. Quickest way to do that is to teleport. See your true crime podcasts do that. This chapter is like as long as the first two combined. Which makes it really strange that it's the one that I completely forgot existed.
Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once.
Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I'm a woman grown. Besides, I wanted to see the flowers.
Lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, but please call me Hildy.
The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true?
I fear they are, Miss Arabella. But still your gentle heart, for as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name.
The gods smile on me indeed to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I don't love Vanes. I've not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said, and I do not care how beautiful it is. Might as well be a golden shackle.
Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you've not even met? Unconscionable!
Father says this marriage must happen, that it's for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don, but if I may be so bold, milady, would I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Just a hunch, huh? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as servant rather than son. You may think Father a cold and miserly man, but to me he's the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vanes, even if that will make Father happy.
You can't be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days.
If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm going to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol to see how the inspector's investigation goes. I as well must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, my friends. Alright, on to the last act of the chapter. With a maiden's virtue hanging in the balance, Hildibrand would hasten back to Costa del Sol.
We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Manderville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art that I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations, or, failing that, serve to entertain you while you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me!
Curse whatever god-rotted dog invented parley. That would be the French.
Inspector Brereton. I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? I've canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere.
Miss Arabella just left her estate. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. Tee-hee.
There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage.
But, Inspector, Vanus and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence.
Huh. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you knock something over, blow something up, or the like? You know, like you always do. Inspector Brereton, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Vanus, for, yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what needs to be done. The poor sap lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand, we must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity.
Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about.
Perfect. Serena, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation.
Alright, right over here we should be able to grab a servant's uniform. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb? Huh. I would much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go, do with them as you will. Those are really nice to be called rags. I mean, these uniforms are high-quality stuff, not to mention cute. Greetings, friend. Oh, what's this you have for me? Servant's garb, but why?
Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into those clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight.
But the ceremony. Father will be furious, and Lord Vanus.
We're dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens. He still believes that. And almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We will do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it.
Lewin, if Father heard you say such things...
I should have said 'em long ago. By not doing so, I put your life in danger. Besides, we have not one but 2 skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice.
Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here.
Not the same outfit. That's like a level 5 crafting or gathering outfit.
My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector?
Serena, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now let us return before the festivities begin.
Since no one else in the area has bright blue hair, she should probably tuck that up under the turban.
Ah, you return. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanus at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it. But worry not, I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vanus before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Bearden and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities?
Hey, here's a seat.
Curses. How am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates, 'tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugere Consortium and the East Elnard Trading Company.
We trust you've been enjoying the fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation.
The Lapis Maiden, if even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vanus is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalta Nolto, Sanana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vanus, future chair of the Brugere Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Guguremu of the East Aldnard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows here today, and the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you had one job!
Sigh. She's beautiful.
Huh. With a rabble expecting otherwise, she is my bride after all. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. My sun and stars! Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes! I am yours and shall be forevermore! What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant?
You nasty little shit.
Not quite what I had intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. I swear by my pretty floral earrings I will end you. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vannes, or shall I call you by another name? The Thief of Many Faces. That's you. Me, the thief? Are you mad? It appears my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today, her father, Guguremu, and her steward, Luinar. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vannes, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural?
His logic is flawless.
Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces!
And anyone else with half their wits about them.
How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest the pervert at once! Lock him up in jail and throw away the key!
And in the end, it definitely makes Vannes look like a complete piece of shit. And the crowd reacts accordingly.
Arabella! Oh, thank the gods you're safe! Come with me quickly! There's a dangerous madman about!
Ah. Now that's interesting.
A glove on his right hand. Could it be? Hildibrand was right. Poof!
Of course, Hildibrand was right. He's a double-brand genius. Ha ha! The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! You came all this way for me? You love me! You really love me!
The attention is most flattering, but I've taken what I came for, and now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. Right? The faces are amazing. I do want to point out that all the Eorzean letters you see are just like highly stylized regular type English alphabet letters. I forget the name of our alphabet because I'm smart. I hear the real Vanus was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I'm sorry. But what, milady? A banquet was more exciting than I could ever have hoped for. Vanus and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it's for the best. I'll find my own way to make Father happy by living my life as I would live it. It's you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end, he took only her neck piece. Now that you mention it, Master Guguremu told me about the clasp when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, it's one of the most treasured pieces from the Bruguiere collection, known by many as Azema's virtue. The maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. There it is. Oh, Miss Burden. Miss Hildy. Oh! Yeah, that's about the right reaction. Over here, Inspector, it says, made you look. The fiend plays us for fools! Give me that at once! When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Huh. Another riddle.
If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You've sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for the bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably, the Phantom Thief. Most certainly. Ha 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 ha.
The Parlay minigame is now available. Entertain yourself, as many a Manderville man has before you, by opening the toy chest in an inn-room.
Hildibrand.
To the victor goes a priceless treasure, while the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day? Hildibrand will return in the Colosseum Conundrum. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one? At the same time? Is that even possible? Well, I guess we'll find out next time. And that went on for a while. So that was the next part of Hildibrand. We'll say that it was very Japanese. I hope you will join me next week when I get back to LEGO Dimensions. I'm thinking of trying to do Hildibrand and etc. at least once a month. Just so that it actually, you know, happens. So maybe in a month's time we'll return to this. In the meantime, thank you everyone for coming. Oh, and that Octafella is Ultros, who was one of the minor, quote-unquote, villains from Final Fantasy VI. He is also an interdimensional traveler now. But thank you everyone for joining. If you're not following, please go ahead and hit that follow button if you would like, and that'll help you keep up with us. It'll also help our metrics look a little bit better, and, you know, help this make the stream a bit better. And if you are wanting to put down a little bit of money to help us out, then it's $5 to subscribe, and you get a cool truck emote, and help us, you know, buy cool shit. Like microphones and other streaming setup stuff, that kind of thing. And if you have Amazon Prime, then you will also have Twitch Prime, which gets you a free subscription to any streamer you want. We're a little biased, obviously, and think you should give it to us, but please give it to someone, because that's free Amazon money that some streamer deserves more than Amazon does. It's just sitting there.
We do have our schedule for the next week, which we go over at the end of each stream. Tomorrow will be Katie playing the beginning of Season 2 of Sam & Max, called Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. She'll be starting that. Saturday morning is Christy's Saturday Morning Minecraft on our community server, which, if you're a regular and have access to it, you're welcome to join her on stream, or even if you don't, you can join here in chat. Sunday will be Sue playing probably more Monster Hunter World. Tuesday will be Andrea continuing with Arkham Asylum. Wednesday will be our community night, which is Jackbox or We Need to Go Deeper. If you have any other games you'd like to play with us, then please give us a shout, let us know. And then Thursday is back around to me with more LEGO Dimensions. Hopefully I'll be feeling better next week. I probably will be. The rain's supposed to stop. And I'll be able to build more Legos. And if by some chance I don't feel well enough to do that, well, we'll just get early Hildibrand now, won't we? So thanks again, everyone, for joining us. I hope we'll see you next time. Good night.